Okay? That's passed down from mom or dad to the kid. They got your eyes, they got so facial, things. Well, sometimes the sensory piece is the same thing. It gets passed down. The other thing is sometimes at birth.
Excuse me. Yeah. So I was saying most of the way some children behave is natural. I see.
Not the way they behave. Yes, okay, that could be a different topic. Some children, it is normal development. Some children learn it from their parents. What I'm saying is, when you have some kids who get really up and they're noisy and loud and they're running around, for some kids it can be even more difficult to come back down because it's been passed down the family. It's just sometimes that's the way it is. Okay? Sometimes at birth, if there's a difficult birth, where when the baby was born, maybe the cord was wrapped around the neck or something, what that does is that can cut off some oxygen, which affects the baby's ability to breathe and the heart beating, and so that can have some long-term effects. However, what we have found that one of the biggest challenges that can affect someone's ability to regulate is being exposed to chaos, danger, and threats and violence. Okay? So if somebody, you have people who grow up in chaotic homes, or there's a lot of community violence, or they've been exposed to some life-threatening situations, that changes their body. All right? And we're going to this is what we're going to spend most of our time with. Because genetics, not much we can do about that. If they had a traumatic experience at birth, we just do the best we can with them. But this is something that we can help with. If they've been exposed to violence or chaos, then no matter what age that child is, okay, and most of you have some 16-year-olds, 12-year-olds, we can help them regulate themselves again, okay? So that's where we bring them back up to our chest, all right? And I'm not saying literally. We're not going to hold our 16-year-olds like that all the time. But there are things we can do that do the same thing for that child to help get them back. Because when they're that way, when they're able to come up and come down, they're able to sit with you and learn your lesson, which is going to be important, right? That's the goal. We want them to learn. So these are the things that we're going to focus on when we're working on this. So let's talk a little bit about what kinds of experiences your kids have had. All right? So we talked about chaos, violence. We use the word trauma. Do you guys use the word trauma? Yeah? Okay, so what kinds of traumas have your kids experienced, do you think? I heard fighting earlier. So is there fighting at school? Fighting at home, maybe? Fighting in the community? Okay, so that's pretty, because do we think if a kid's parents are fighting at home, they're going to be able to do their homework at night while the fighting's going on? Probably not. Do you think if they were fighting that morning that they're going to come in and be ready to sit down in your classroom and learn? No. So we know sometimes fighting affects our kids. What else?
Well, some children work more at home.
They work?
They work.
Okay. Why are they working?
Well, they need to meet the family.
Okay.
Family needs.
Finances? Okay, so there's maybe some finance fees to make certain I'm going to say poverty, because when we're in poverty and we don't have a place to live or food to eat, we can almost feel like we're going to die. Sometimes, how are we going to survive, right? Yeah. Good point. What about, oh yeah.
can move the children from their room, place them elsewhere, that also can affect that because the time they have to study, they don't have that time to study. They have to sneak in, maybe to get their wearing and to get their copybooks and all of that. The facility now is not provided them at that moment.
Okay, so you've got other people moving into the home, which can make it chaotic, absolutely. And I heard someone else over here start. Did somebody guess?
Yeah. Some of the parents don't actually take care of the children.
Okay.
They are out doing business. Like here, some of them need money and go out and stay there for the next market. So some of the children, they don't even have breakfast in the morning. When they come to school, some of them look dirty.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we've got some separation from parents going on, sometimes even locally, just to go to the market to work. I've heard some things like sometimes parents having to go to another country to go to school, or having to go to, we heard this earlier in the week, that someone's parents, he had come to school upset. His mother had gone to the United States for medical treatment and had actually died there. And it wasn't able to be cured. So he was very upset. So I think separation is a huge, anytime a child is separated from his parents, and certainly, I think separation can be another thing. Sometimes they talked about that the parent is around, they know who their parent is, especially a father, but maybe he's left that family and started a new family. And so he's not involved with this child's life anymore. So that can sometimes be upsetting. Death, okay, or loss, whether you're separated from them, can be pretty tough. We talked about medical illness, either themselves or someone close to them. Do you guys have a lot of that, where some of the kids have someone close to them who is ill? Okay. Yes.
Yes. Knoverek also destroys self-regulation. That is, sometimes the child doesn't need your attention, but you are afraid. And for example, they should be playing somewhere. You are going to pick the child up, and that child grows up that way where you are always too anxious.
Yeah.
You have some fear that that child is going to fall indigent, so you keep them from doing what other children should do, what normal children should do.
Yeah.
So at a certain age, they grow up and they don't know. They cannot barely do things on their own.
You do it, right. So think about that. Would that be baby A or baby B? Baby B, right. And so you're right. People might be trying to say, I want to help this kid, I want to help this kid, but they never catch up to the other kids, and suddenly they're an adult. And those are things we're going to talk about the brain and how you can most help them get caught up. Okay?